The thing about horror in general is it's the closest equivalent to a nerdy actor who trained in theater gets to like Greek tragedy. There's no stakes like it. It's literally life or death.
Imaginary, man. What an amazing psychological horror mixed with childhood trauma. It's fantastic. And I feel like this is the perfect like gateway movie for like young fans to get introduced into the horror genre, especially the Blumhouse horror genre. You play Jessica, who creates childhood books and kind of uses that to understand her own childhood trauma. What attracted you to the role of Jessica, and what did you think when you first read the script of Imaginary?
I naturally gravitate to any character in a story who I feel like is already real, like who already feels fully drawn and drawn enough that I can really like fill out the rest. Like if I see a character on a page and I feel like, oh, wow, if I insert the core of my being into this construction, I really feel like audiences will be there for the ride. So that was my intention. And the thing about horror in general is it's the closest equivalent to a nerdy actor who trained in theater gets to like Greek tragedy. There's no stakes like it. It's literally life or death.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like Tegan and Pyper are fantastic in this film as well, and I love seeing all three of you together. Pyper is a little scene stealer. Can you talk about working with them and what they brought to their characters that wasn't on the page?
Pyper was the only actor for that role. I love casting. I've always loved casting. One of my closest friends is a casting director. And when I met with Jeff, part of our conversation was, you work with the young performers, and a lot of times when you're the lead, there's co-directing happening. There's a lot of co-directing. You have to a lot of times with kids, you have to walk them through the beats. You know what I mean? Right. You'll go, now look up at that. All the things that kind of come naturally when you're, an older performer, the things you take for granted, you really have to walk a child through. Sure. Pyper's a pro. This is not Pyper Braun's first Lifetime. It cannot be. She came in, the emotional availability that you see in the movie is hers. And we cast the family around Pyper Braun. Oh, really? We had to. Yeah. We had to find that kid. We had to find Alice, and she has it all. She's adorable. So, you see her and you're just like, you want to take care of her. So just on a completely superficial level. And, I don't know if you've interviewed her yet, but she really just drops into character.
She does.
She drops into character. If you see her work on Nickelodeon, she knows the difference between genres. She intentionally wanted to work in the horror space, and then you bring in Tegan, who we cast after, and she's able to bring this level of, that is a very common horror movie thing. Like seeing the teen girl in a horror movie, we think we know what the teen girl in a horror movie is. And undercurrent, under the surface of Tegan's take on Taylor and that attitude, because Tegan is such a lovely, caring person, you feel it. Sure. You feel the tension between her attitude and this sense of, what she's hiding, what the pain is, what the undercurrent of pain is. So both of them, I just, really my job was a little tip and trick here and there, but my main job was to protect them at all costs, even through press.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think we've seen the last of Chauncey?
I hope not.
I hope not.
But I also hope that we see a different iteration of Chauncey.
Oh, that's interesting.
Chauncey can manifest, as you can imagine, in a multitude of ways. And it's a really rich world, and I do hope they make good on it.
I can't wait. Well, I can't wait for audiences to see this. Like I said, I think this is the perfect gateway to get those young fans in. Fantastic job, DeWanda. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thanks for coming today.
Of course. Thank you.